Overnight, thieves break into Pets R Us. The pet poachers caught on camera.
They knew what they came for.
Using a hammer, they steal a 3-month-old French bulldog, punching through the glass. Thief number 2 takes off with an African gray parrot. Like this one, they're worth $12,000. Before making a run for it, they try to smash and grab another Frenchie.
He grabs him and pulls him through, this broken glass with no regard, puts him into a basket. He flops out onto his back and, he just keeps going.
When the store owners got in Monday morning, they spent a half hour searching throughout the store for that puppy, eventually finding it here, hiding in fear behind these dog toys. The puppy's eye needed stitches, but luckily there's no long-term damage.
It could have lost his eye.
Store manager Kelly Johnson is rattled.
We've had things taken before and things like that, and in such a violent way has not been the case, and it is just very disturbing. For 30 years I've done this, so it isn't just my job, it's who I am. So it makes it hard for sure.
She even says if the thieves had to steal, they could have made it easier on themselves and the animals.
If you really wanted the thing and you were breaking into it, there's a door. They have a back door on their kennels.
Johnson and the pets all shaken up.
It's frightening to think that somebody could be so heartless.
Mount Crescent is typically closed on Tuesdays, but after this previous snowstorm dropped nearly 5 inches of fresh snow on the slopes, they say they knew they had to take advantage of the fresh powder and open up for a special ski night on Tuesday.
I brought 4 of my 5 kids out here to go skiing today, and since it snowed a few inches, we thought we'd come out.
Excited to shred through the fresh snow, hundreds spent their snow day skiing down the newly opened runs at Mount Crescent.
We hadn't made snow yet on our south trail system yet, and this natural snow allowed us to do that, which is just huge.
Unseasonably warm weather in December forced Mount Crescent to push their opening date back. Now employees say the snowstorm is helping them recover lost time.
The natural snow helped us kind of fill in the gaps that we had, and pushing out the piles let us open those up today.
Leaving skiers grateful.
We were really excited because we bought a couple tickets on Black Friday and we thought we weren't going to be able to use them, but then the snowstorm came in, so we were really excited. And then we had a snow day, so it was perfect.
It is nice to see some fresh snow. It's a little different skiing in the powder, and we've all had a few wipeouts, but it's fun. It's awesome.
Mount Crescent's continuing to add snow to slopes with the help of their 6 new snow machines.
We've doubled everything as far as our snowmaking capability goes, which has been making it possible for us to make snow at these marginal temperatures that we've had so far.
Creating the perfect conditions for skiers of all levels. All of the slopes are open at Mount Crescent for the season. For their hours and to reserve your tickets, visit skicrescent.com. Reporting at Mount Crescent, Maddie Augustine, KETV Newswatch 7.
The Procopios are starting off the new year in their new marriage.
We've been together 3 years. This is our 3rd year at this event, and this is our first time married that we're at this event.
The two have some resolutions in mind.
I work 2 jobs, and I'm always busy working, but maybe I should spend a little bit more time with my husband.
Losing weight. Yeah. Getting on a better diet, lose about 30 pounds. Hopefully buy a home for our first time.
Others got the whole family together.
Get them out of the house, get them off the screens, get them out here and do something good.
Some families are growing.
We're about to be new parents, so be a good father.
While kids seemed focused on the fireworks and their futures.
Try to get better at school.
Definitely try harder in school. Join soccer team.
Going back to gymnastics.
On New Year's Eve, hundreds look to the sky and the future.
I'm just hoping every year is better than the last.
Speeds of 60 miles per hour. A 7,000-pound pickup crashing into a guardrail, sending the truck into the air, leaving the front destroyed.
We have an opportunity now to prepare for the future in which these crashes will occur and therefore save the lives of people who have not yet been involved in those crashes.
Now, this is just a test performed by UNL's Midwest Roadside Safety Facility. They're simulating a crash to determine the safety of electric vehicles against America's existing infrastructure.
Crashes occur whenever a vehicle departs the travelway and interacts with any feature that's located on the side of the road.
The main barriers used are guardrails, typically on interstates and highways, but with the new fleet of electric cars on the market, the U.S. Army's Engineer Research and Development Center funded UNL to hit the drawing board.
An opportunity exists to update our barrier systems to prepare for the future.
They took two popular electric vehicles, a Tesla sedan and a Rivian truck, crashing them into guardrails.
Those poor interactions did include vehicle vaulting, rollover, rail penetration, and other types of bad outcomes.
Without an engine, it changes the structure and frame of the car and increases its weight by about 20 to 50% to account for the battery or electrical components.
What we've seen is vehicles get bigger, they get heavier.
But that doesn't exclude gas-powered vehicles. The university working to modernize these barriers and get ahead of an ever-changing world.
To provide safe solutions that provide a more gradual transference between the existing systems and the next generation system to be developed.
Kaylee Searcy, KETV, Newswatch 7.
As you can see out here behind me, it's pretty dark at these apartments. That's just one of the issues neighbors across the street say they have. Councilwoman Juanita Johnson says city planning tells her fencing and asbestos removal will start here January 8th. And this comes as advocates are ready for these abandoned apartments to come down once and for all.
Tiffany Smith and her family live across the street from the Spencer East projects.
When I call the cops, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't.
Smith says she's seen everything from people living in the abandoned apartments to them taking out entire appliances.
I'm seeing people come in and dump trash, and then it ends up in my yard.
On December 19th, the city council approved a plan for demolition.
Common sense would say this should not be wide open like this.
Community advocates like Celeste Butler say it's unacceptable for the building to still be up.
The transparency that they say they have is not there because we didn't have to wait for the depth of the wintertime to come to do something about this.
Councilwoman Juanita Johnson says she shares that frustration about the apartments in her district.
I too share in that frustration. I too share in the fact that I want that down immediately because it is. It's an eyesore, it's a safety hazard.
As for why it's taking so long, she thinks it may be because of the holidays. And she says it takes time to do paperwork for a contractor to come in and tear down the apartments.
We have to do things that are within reason, things that we have, that we can do from a legal standpoint.
Councilwoman Johnson says she'll be paying close attention to the date she's given when it comes to the demolition process here. At Spencer Homes East, Quinicia Fraser for KETV Newswatch 7.